This video will show you how to import and work with data collected with QDS-Web in the Warehouse Manager. As a QDS-Web survey is administered, data are automatically saved within a secure relational database management system that you'll import into the QDS Warehouse Manager. Web data files are saved as QTD type files, and the naming convention consists of the survey name plus the current date plus the current time of the data import. They'll always have the extension of .qtd. The date format is based upon your Windows system locale. For example, file names would be as follows for data imported with a United States locale. For a survey named Demo that was brought into the Warehouse Manager on dates of the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th of September 2019. You will use the QDS Warehouse Manager module to import your web data. After opening the Warehouse Manager, you first need to create a new warehouse. Keep in mind, you don't need to create it ahead of time because empty warehouses are not saved. From the main menu, go to File, New Warehouse, and enter the name in the file name box, which we'll call Wellness, and select the Create button. You will first see an empty warehouse. To import your web data, go back to the main menu and go to File and then Import. The Import from Web Service dialog box will open. First, enter the URL for the QDS data service. This is provided to you by your QDS technical representative, as well as your username and password. After you have completed entering those, select the List Surveys button on the right. Next, select the survey for the data you would like to import from the Surveys box. Note that in the Options box, the default is to get all interviews for your selected survey. If that is your choice, select the Import button on the right. However, if you prefer to import a subset of interviews based on date, you can select the Get Only Those Run Since radio button. This will open up a calendar interface where you can select a date. Note that today's date is circled in red for reference. After making your selection, select the Import button. When complete, the web data import file will open in a new window and display all the interviews collected in the time frame that you selected. You can now follow the same process for copying these interviews to the local warehouse as you would for other types of data files. To transfer interviews to the local warehouse, first you'll select your interviews. You could do this with the mouse and the up and down arrows, or you can also go to Edit, select All from the main menu. If you want to select a subset of interviews, you can also do that with the Control and Shift and arrow keys. Then to move the interviews you've selected to the local warehouse, go to Edit, Copy to Warehouse, or you could simply drag and drop them with the mouse. Note that after you've done that, you'll see that the status has changed to Transferred in the web data window, and your interviews are now in the local warehouse. You can then close your web data file and be sure to save so that the status change is preserved. Note if the Warehouse Manager had detected that a duplicate interview was added to the warehouse according to the subject identifiers, a dialog box would have popped up giving you a choice of replacing or keeping both. Note that in the local warehouse there's a bar at the top that shows you status, such as complete, or it could also show incomplete or duplicate. Then there's a column showing you version, date recorded, subject identifiers, date into the warehouse, and there's also columns for date out or changed if an interview was deleted or removed from the warehouse or if data was modified. To view your collected data, double-click on the interview you would like to open. The Interview tab will give you date and version information. You can go to the Variables tab to see a listing of variable names, labels, and responses, and click OK when you are done. To modify collected data, you can go to Edit and then Details, or you can click the Modify button from the toolbar. The Interview Details dialog box will automatically open to the Variables tab. Here, you could double-click on any item. If you'd like to make a modification, the default settings will require you to enter a reason for change in the box at the bottom. To exit without making changes, just click Cancel, as we'll do here, and then click OK to go back to your local warehouse. See other QDS Warehouse videos for more detail on how to make changes to your data. Then, when you're ready to export, go to File and then Export Interviews from the main menu. The Save As dialog box will open. Next, you're going to enter a name in the file name box. Then select the type of file you would like to export to from the Save As Type dialog box. Note that you can choose SPSS, STATA, SAS, MS Access, ASCII text file, or you can also export the interview comments log. You can also export just a subset of variables if you have defined that and want to select that here. If you would like to change any export options, select the Options button in the lower right-hand corner. Note that it's often useful to recode your special code values to ones that work best with the software you're exporting to. You can do that by, in that Recode to box, selecting the last choice, which is specified values, and it'll export to the specified values shown on the right. There are similar options for SAS, STATA, MS Access, or ASCII text file, as there are here as you see in SPSS. Once you've completed your changes, go ahead and then click Save to Export. And then QDS will let you know how many interviews have been exported. Keep in mind that only standard version interviews are exported. See our video on how to work with multiple versions for more information about that. That's it for this video, but to learn more about QDS data management and working in the Warehouse Manager, see QDS Online Help and other Warehouse Manager videos.